A very good morning to you out there, and this is the program Conversation with Dayo and Tola. Good morning this Thursday morning. It's a wet day, and it's good to be on the air. It's good to be alive. It's a very good morning to be alive and well. Thanks be to the Most High. Well, anywhere you're listening around the world, like I said, this is the program Conversation with Dayo and Tola, and this is how we do it Mondays to Saturdays, except Sundays when we are on TV. And we bring you headlines, news making the rounds around the country and around the world. And of course, it is a network program. You can join us on Agility FM 92.1. Okyogo FM 96.3, and of course we are transmitting live from Oluyole 98.5 FM. That's the network stations on the stable of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State. For our online audience, you can reach us on www.bcs.tv/listen. On Facebook, facebook.com/Oluyole 98.5 FM. Twitter at Oluyole FM. So you can just tune in and listen to us from any part of the world. Well, I have a copy of the Nigerian Tribune, and we go straight to the meat of the news, the headlines, starting with the headlines, of course. We have a banner headline of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. Labour gives federal government 14 days to reverse petrol power prices to commence industrial action September 28. That's as court orders resident doctors to resume work. And also have NPC steps up rehabilitation of refineries. Kyari explains progress. On politics, not a good one coming from Ondo State. 5 injured, many vehicles destroyed as supporters of Akeredolu Jegede clash. And also, stop lifting petrol to the north. PTD orders tanker drivers. That's on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. This sounds rather alarming. Armed terrorists now occupy Kishi, Oyo National Park, and that's coming from Otumba Gani Adams, the Kakanfo of Yoruba land. That's on page 8 of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. And we also have Buhari promises more inclusiveness, unveils Nigeria at 60 logo. That's on page 29 of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. And we also have Nigeria terribly divided before Buhari government in 2015. That's coming from the presidency. Still responding to former President Olusegun Obasanjo's comments. The failing state comment and the insinuation at a divided Nigeria. And we also have this one: fuel will soon be sold very cheaply. That assurance is coming from the federal government this morning. So still on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune.
All right, a very good morning to you from wherever you're listening.
I have a copy of the Punch newspaper. Interesting headlines there. Cannot but just shake my head when someone said it will be, just yesterday, it will be sold at international prices and it may not be cheap. And someone else is coming out to say it will be cheap. So whose report do we believe? All right, on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Electricity tariff, fuel price hikes, TUC tackles Ngige, and you have NLC issues 2-week ultimatum to federal government. As a rider, Congress mobilizes 79 civil society groups for September 23 protests, and you have NLC plans nationwide protests starting from September 28. Trade Union Congress letter to Buhari misplaced, says federal government. That's all that on the front page of the Punch newspaper. But the one that caught my attention so much because it affects you and me, right here in Oyo State. Terrorists occupying Kishi. Took a particular headline in that line. Terrorists occupying Kishi, Oyo National Park Gani Adams, page 9. You know the word terrorists. That's serious.
Something for all of us to worry about.
I mean, if you had said herdsmen, I say okay, maybe some people brought their cattle in. But for you to easily just conclude that they are terrorists, they must have seen something. I hope you know Gani Adams, who is head of the OPC, so he most likely knows what he's talking about.
Definitely, he has people on the ground in these places who see things unfolding there.
This is something for us to do something about timely. All right. There's also this headline on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Details on page 25, actually. CBN demands details of 12 top Nigerian businessmen, others domiciliary accounts. You know the bad thing about this particular headline? Their BVNs were actually published. Individuals. In fact, a particular member of the Federal House of Rep here in Oyo State was on that list, and his BVN was. I mean, when I saw it, I thought it was a joke. But I saw CBN headline, letterhead, and somebody's signature. So it could not have been false. How do you publish people's name and BVN in the public? Who does that? You've exposed them.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Come on, some Yahoo boys are waiting for such a thing. Well, I mean, in fact, the Punch went ahead to even mention some names here. CBN demands details of 12 top Nigerian businessmen, others domiciliary accounts. They mentioned the Adebutu and family. A particular, let me not mention his name now. I will be joining them. A particular member of the House of Reps from here in Oyo State who owns a bed company. Another one, and then foreign nationals on the list. Details on page 25. I think this is not too good. These people,
such impunity. The way things are done in this country, you begin to wonder: do we really have laws? Do we really have a constitution? Do we really have regulation?
For God's sake, they are the CBN. You can get whatever you want to get about financial transactions. Must you publish such? Somebody said it was not published. That was a memo that was printed. There are some things you don't print. There are some things you make a phone call, send so to me, and they bring it to you. You don't push something out and then somebody leaks it. That's their life.
That's the problem. Malami will probably come up with something saying,
an excuse,
pointing to a particular portion of the law that allows things to be done.
Too bad. That is their life. You just push. The Adebutu is like the father, mother, and some children. You simply just published their life out there. Wow. I hope somebody has a very good explanation for this, because if these guys really want to do it, we might eventually see some lawsuits against CBN if they decide to push it, because this is so not right. You just give scammers, fraudsters material to do their job free of charge.
Federal government to create proceeds of crime recovery and management agency. That's on page 29 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Another thing for the boys to eat. When there's EFCC, there's ICPC.
Well, that might possibly put paid to the issue of assets, recovered assets, and loot being mismanaged.
Tola, there's a portion of the Constitution that vests that power inside a particular organization and says who should make decisions regarding what. Have people forgotten there's something called AMCON in Nigeria?
Obviously they've not been very good at doing their job.
Why not empower them? When I saw that, I said, okay, so what does AMCON do? It's only to run after debtors and me. We are due for a commercial break. When we're back, we take more headlines. Don't go anywhere.
Bye my pikin.
You don't dey go gym?
I never reach for that one.
Okay. I beg make you help us buy mango and garden egg come.
This no be the season. I know go dey market. Shey you sabi say everything for life get your own time.
I sabi that one.
Why you come dey ask for wetin you know say no follow?
No worry, make you just dey go where you dey go. When you come back, we go sit down talk.
Make we dey talk am now before I come out.
You been dey talk say you go want make we rest small after this pikin wey we born.
I talk am because of the thing wey elder been tell me about childless spacing.
Yes o, na true. Aunty nurse talk say e go help my body rest well before I carry another belle.
No worry yourself, my dear.
See as belle dey sweet me say we dey talk about this matter.
No forget say anyone wey you choose for childbirth spacing matter dey safe and you fit trust am. Oya waka go any health center wey get the green dot logo to get full informate on childbirth spacing services. This message na the Federal Ministry of Health and support from American people carry am come.
So glad to know you're there. It's still conversation with Dayo and Tola. If you're just tuning in, time check 6:42 a.m. I am Oladayo Ogunbowale.
I'm Tola Teriba.
We go back to the headlines. From the Punch newspaper, 42 million Nigerians now have identity numbers, says an NIMC. Tola, do you have? I don't have national ID. I've applied, they did not give me.
I think this laminated piece.
Is that one ID card?
I wonder.
Okay, it's ID, but not ID card. Okay. All right. You will get to. Have you been to some place and they'll tell you that thing is not allowed? Have you tried to use it before and they'll tell you it's not accepted?
I know banks do accept it. So anyway,
those ones, because it's the number on it that they will take. If you attempt to do certain things, they'll tell you this is not a card, and they can't photocopy this and keep it on your behalf. And so for how long? Okay, but they said 42 million Nigerians now have identity numbers. Oh, they didn't even say identity card, identity numbers. I don't know more. They know details of that on page 19 of the Punch newspaper.
Federal government Lagos to jail traders selling on rail tracks.
For their own good.
But there was a rail accident recently.
The train ran into a bus. Wow. Well, life was lost and people were injured as well. Sergey panel accuses Malami of aborting high-profile cases. Page 9 of the Punch newspaper. You mean sacred cow cases?
Of course.
I just help them. I only help them to write it. When you say something. Well, now that federal government is indicting federal government, we'll see how that goes. Okay. The details of that on page 9 of the Punch newspaper. Sagi panel accuses Malami of aborting high-profile cases.
Edo 2020, no need for violence during election, says Obaseki. I wish they would all genuinely reason like that.
And then there are 3 headlines on Edo Decides 2020 here. NLC Danjuma orders reaffirm support for Obaseki. And you have CNPP, CSO condemn alleged vote buying ahead of poll. And you have take bribe, be sacked. NSCDC tells poll personnel. And if time permits, we'll take some of these headlines because it's becoming a serious issue, especially on social media. And I'm talking about this CSO allegation of vote buying ahead of poll. It's really not about people going to give people money directly. The major bone of contention here is about this federal government project that they start few days to election. It used to be trader money before. There's one MSME, yes, that they started yesterday, and it's a federal minister that is sharing the money. Guess who is the chairperson? Wife of one of the contenders.
Well,
major contenders now. I won't mention parties. Wife of one of the major contenders in the Guba election. Openly saying they are giving money for some people to do business.
What baffles me is the direct lack of respect for the electorate in these matters. I mean, when it's obvious, when it becomes obvious that a politician is trying to sway things in his favor, and things that ought to have been done ordinarily now being postponed till elections draw near, then you begin to wonder. But again, you see the weaponization of poverty at play here.
That's it. That's it. There's this also a video trending on the social media where some people are told to bring their, voters card. They will look at it, write your name and number, on the voters card, details on the voters card down, and give you maybe 3 bills, a bale of clothes. And I'm like, God, see poverty in Nigeria.
I know, the picture of it all is that, the average member of the Nigerian electorate, especially with the indigent people, maybe the thought is that, this is all we are ever going to get from these people. This is all we're ever going to gain. To some extent, some politicians have proven that to be true.
You're right. You've said it all. They've weaponized poverty. Very unfortunate. This is where we find ourselves. Very, very unfortunate situation. 42 ambassadors await postings 96 days after Senate confirmation. I hope they are collecting salary. 96 days far. It is well. Page 11 of the Punch newspaper. You want details of that story? It's right there. 42 ambassadors await postings 96 days after Senate confirmation.
Stop lifting petrol to the north. PTD orders tanker drivers. That's on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. It has to do with something about the Niger State government shutting some of the access routes in Mina passing through Niger State, so to say, and
to trailers.
To trucks
precisely. Wow, interesting. Because the pipelines are hardly working. In all fairness, and the crude oil they have been looking for, they are yet to find. So except we just want to cause another and this is avoidable. Okay.
The Niger State government shutting out heavy trucks, including tankers, from using all the link roads in Mina, Niger State. I hope somebody doesn't begin to read them ethnic coloration to
exactly.
That's where the problem is now. I will be so quick to read an ethnic meaning.
All right. Well, not too good news coming from Ondo. Ondo APC PDP supporters clash. Jegede alleges assassination, and that's on page 12 of the Punch newspaper.
That's very, very worrisome.
Very, very. If you ask me, yes, it is. It is. U.S. review visa ban as federal government meets 90% requirement. That's on page 7 of the Punch newspaper.
NPC steps up rehabilitation of refineries. Kerry explains progress. We've heard that before.
All right, now you have Unilag Visitation Panel concludes probe, submits report today. Also, you have police arrest 6 Ogun herdsmen for abducting policewoman, NSCDC official. The nerve. You abduct NSCDC official, herdsmen. Interesting. Okay. Pages 4 and 5. You want details of that story? Police arrest 6 Ogun herdsmen for abducting policewoman and another NSCDC official. Details on pages 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper.
Business page of the Nigerian Tribune. How banks made profits despite COVID-19 challenges. That's on page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune, our business page.
On the energy page of the Punch newspaper, precisely page 24, power producers sell 294.16 billion naira electricity in 5 months. And you have Imo modular refinery will employ 2,000 youths. That's Wabote. And you have Lagos names finalist for smart meter initiative. Okay, that's on page 24 of the Punch newspaper. Also on that same page, legal team saved billions of dollars in liabilities, says NNPC. Right, that's about that on the energy, from the energy sector.
There was so much hype on that modular refinery yesterday, and so much hope was raised.
We can't wait, actually. We should refine our oil. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. That's the way to go.
Nima boss alerts Ekiti government on flooding. Once early response. That's as flood claims one destroys over 900 houses in Zamfara. Page 30 of the Nigerian Tribune.
All right, and bar and bench news and the Punch newspaper. Malami becomes life bencher amid call for senior advocate of Nigeria rank withdrawal. Okay, so why some people are asking him to that the NBA should withdraw his sonship, he becomes a life bencher. All right, good one for him. So congratulations to Mr. Malami himself right there. Any more news before we go to sports?
So court orders resident doctors to resume work immediately.
Court. Okay.
They eventually go on strike.
All right. We'll see how that works out. Okay, I'm due to go for the sports page.
Just to go for sports.
All right. I'm legitimate DFA chairman, insists Nwamucha, as Fuludu threatens to drag NFF to FIFA. And you have Everton fans want Ancelotti to offload Iwobi. You also have MBBF 150 million naira deal excites players, coaches. And you have COVID-19. I turned Agbero to survive. Laments boxing champion. Azarenka dumps out Venus Williams in Rome. And we are finally from here, ex-athletics chief Diak to appeal against geotherm. All on page 30 of the Punch newspaper.
Gerard foresees Balogun Europa return. 3SC welcome at Oluyole Stadium, says RFA boss, that's the Ibadan Football Association. Swan on-air personalities set to clash in table tennis contest. That is on the sports pages of the Nigerian Tribune.
Interesting. Okay. All right, time check 6:53 a.m. Destination time 7:30 a.m. Today is the 17th day of the month of September. 17th of September 2020. It's World Patient Safety Day. On 17 September 2020, the World Health Organization, international partners, and all countries will celebrate World Patient Safety Day. The World Patient Safety Day was established by the 72nd World Health Assembly in May 2019 with the adoption of Resolution WHA 72.6 on global action on patient safety and an endorsement for the day to be marked annually on 17th of September. You know, this is the right time to talk about patient safety and of course health worker safety, you know, in a time like this during the pandemic. So September 17th, World Patient Safety Day. With that, we go to the meat of the news. You want to find the first shot?
On page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune, Labour gives federal government 14-day ultimatum to reverse petrol power prices. The Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) on Wednesday announced its readiness through the resolutions of its Central Working Committee (CWC) to lead what it earlier termed a further of a protest against the federal government over its unilateral increase in price of premium motor spirit (PMS), popularly called petrol. After its CWC meeting in Abuja on Wednesday, the Congress gave a 14-day ultimatum to the federal government to reverse the price of fuel or face industrial action and a total shutdown of the country's economy. This is despite a marathon meeting held on Tuesday by the federal government team headed by the Minister of Labour and Employment, Dr. Chris Ngige, with 5 other ministers with the Organized Labour, the NLC, and the Trade Union Congress (TUC) over the issue of pump price increase. The meeting, which commenced at 10 a.m. and ended by 7:30 p.m., could not effectively resolve the issue as the Organized Labour insisted on the reversal of the fuel price and power tariff and demanded that tangible palliatives should be put in place and solutions to the nation's economic crisis amidst COVID-19 crisis should be jointly discussed and arrived at. Labour gives federal government 14-day ultimatum to reverse petrol power prices, and that's on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Wow. Well, I thought they were in discussion with the federal government because this ultimatum and say father of all protests. Wow.
It's going to take 2 weeks for the father of all protests to actually come up.
I think they are giving the federal government enough time.
And the bottom line is that this could have been avoided. Or perhaps, why I say this is that, well, again, I keep saying that the federal government actually put the cart before the horse. All these deliberations ought to have come up before the final decision to raise power tariff. I mean, a process whereby Nigerians would be made to understand why these things are imperative, if indeed these things are necessary at this point in time. And like the NLC has said, palliatives, ways by which you would actually assuage the feelings of Nigerians, ways by which you actually make Nigerians feel that they are not being taken for granted. So much impunity. The way the government does things. Well, we've taken this decision, there is nothing you can do about it. That seems to be the body language of the government.
Very unfortunate. If you ask me, I think that is one decision that has been made on our behalf, and we may not see a reversal.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I might sound pessimistic.
Honestly,
but that's the truth.
The government is not likely to budge, and the reasons are obvious. About the international connections,
we are broke.
The World Bank, the IMF.
That's the truth. That's the truth. If we need these monies that we are borrowing, if we truly need them, we will have to toe this line. There's really no going back. We just have to adjust.
But in towing that line, we always said that there is nothing wrong with the borrowing. But in towing that line, honestly, we also have to do the needful. On the part of government now, why not carry the people along? Now everything the government does is laced with an aura of suspicion,
including actions that they themselves condemned in the recent past.
So how does it add up? How do you want to reconcile all that?
It makes an hypocrite of a lot of people. But this is Nigeria. By now, we should be used to it. I think everybody should just begin to tighten their belts and see how they can just pull through in all of this, because it's here already. Really, it's here. The headline is a major headline here: electricity tariff, fuel price hikes. TUC tackles in Gige. NLC issues 2-week ultimatum to FG. We'll wait for the 2 weeks to soon be here, and we'll see how it goes.
I hope is it the father or mother of all strikes? Well, personally, I wish it could be averted.
Yeah.
I wish it could be averted.
I'll go to page 12, where Edo decides keeps eating up. There was a particular interview on the national TV yesterday. Somebody from APC. They nearly fought. In fact, they verbally fought. The only thing is they didn't throw punches, and I began to wonder, these people, they signed the peace pact though. They are candidates. Signed on that interview, calling themselves unprintable names that we cannot mention here because of 5 million. Okay, page 12. Though decides it's becoming something else. We'll see how much of that we can, because there are about 3 major headlines from Edo State, but I think I'll take the one that is less inciting. I'm sure you understand. CNPP, CSO condemn alleged vote buying in Edo. Ahead of the Saturday's governorship election in Edo State, the Conference of Nigerian Political Parties and the Youth Initiatives for Advocacy, Growth and Advancement Africa, YAGA Africa, on Wednesday, condemned the federal government's empowerment program in the state, describing it as advanced, not even ordinary, advanced vote buying by the All Progressive Congress. Also, they flagged the president, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, for allegedly approving the empowerment program for 2,000 women and youths in Edo State 4 days before the election. A television commercial advertising the program, which supposedly held on Tuesday, September, has gone viral, and some stakeholders in the state believe the program was to induce voters. A TV commercial with a lady's voice says, in part, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, has approved the disbursement of micro enterprise enhancement scheme to 2,000 women and youths in 3 senatorial districts of Edo State. No name was mentioned to have signed it, and the station which aired it was not stated, but some residents said the program was hard as announced. Wow. In another video supposedly shot at the venue of the empowerment program, some women wearing face caps marked POI and another wearing a cap with the All Progressive Congress colors was seen distributing bundles of Ankara fabric to some women. The beneficiaries were seen tendering what looked like voters card, after with their names would be checked in a register and the bundle of the fabric handed over to to them. But the state chairman of CNPP, Roy Oriabo, who spoke in a telephone interview with some correspondents, said an empowerment program few days to the governorship election was nothing but vote buying. Yaga, in their comments, said it is unfortunate that political parties are still promoting voter inducement. They induce ahead of elections and they do vote buying even on election day proper. Voter inducement ahead of election is always a pointer to the fact that we may experience a lot of vote buying on election day. Well, the All Progressive Congress and the People's Democratic Party in Edo State have disagreed over the allegations of advanced vote buying by the APC. Well, CNPP CSO condemn alleged vote buying in Edo. That's on page 12 of the Punch newspaper. See, I think we have not yet matured to the age of free and fair elections. We are not yet there. And if we are not careful, it seems we are even retrogressing. I'm sorry I'm sounding like, but it's just things like this hit me, because he that must come to equity must come with clean hands. Mr. President came in on the mantra and is still preaching it. Everybody still saying that no, he's a man of integrity, he's a man of this. You don't approve such a project few days to the election. You don't do this. This is not integrity.
At the risk of cutting the APC some slack, they might want to argue that elections are coming. It doesn't mean the task of governance should grind to a halt.
And it has to happen in one state, only one state. They didn't do it in other states. It's just one state where elections are supposed to hold.
There could be a timetable, maybe just to
so it is their turn. You remember the trader monitoring? It's only states where you have staggered elections, few days or few weeks to the staggered election. It will go there and openly share money. It's not. We should be able to tell ourselves the truth here. I mean, why would you come and give me money? Remember now, in was it last week that we read that some of them are saying that they will not pay back the money?
Yes, some people actually called me and
you
said that we are giving this money to.
If not for one of our callers, I said they should give them time.
They said give them time. There was a caller that actually said outrightly that they should expect.
They should forget it. Really, I mean, same thing is happening in Edo State. For how long will we continue to do this? This is not fair. When you say you have a free and fair election, come on, where is the fairness in this?
But honestly, the political class, I wouldn't want to say perhaps the APC alone.
No. It's across board. Everybody is trying to make themselves.
The APC is not because they are government that is central.
Exactly. They're just using the instrument of government to get it done. I mean, everybody does these things. I mean, especially the major parties. To curry at least 2,000. If 2,000 extra votes coming for you, you are good. So that's why I said, as a nation, I didn't say a political party. I mean, that would be unfair. As a nation, have we really matured in terms of the electioneering process? Have we?
I know when it comes to this inducement, the political parties have also devised a way to monitor. If you benefit from that inducement, they devised a way to monitor to ensure that you actually vote for their party.
You notice in this one, it was reported, I just read it now, that as you are collecting the bale of cloth, they are checking out your name, you submit your voter's card, and then they will check it and then give you back. So they will go and check. They have their ways now. They will go and check on that day who came, who did not. Somebody will be at the polling unit holding that list to check whether so person came.
Sometimes I still shudder when I remember the last general elections, the presidential primaries of the two major political parties, the way money went around in those primaries, dollars, you begin to wonder, isn't this all about serving the people? And not just the ruling party, with the opposition.
See, it's politics in Nigeria, and I think it's high time we, the electorates, need to begin to, like some people will say, borrow ourselves brain. Well, Time check 7:05 a.m. Destination time 7:30 a.m. We have one more headline there.
We're still dwelling on politics. Ondo 2020 APC PDP trade wars over attack on campaign convoy. Jagede alleges assassination attempts on him. Now, less than a month to the Ondo state governorship election, the People's Democratic Party PDP and the All Progressive Congress APC in the state have been trading blames over attack on their campaign convoys at Oba Akoko in Akoko Southwest local government area of the state on Wednesday morning. While the PDP points the finger at the state governor, Mr. Rotimi Akeredolu, and the APC for attacking the campaign train of its candidate, Eyitayo Jegede, the APC alleged that political thugs loyal to the PDP candidate attacked Akeredolu's convoy in Oba Akoko. The Akeredolu campaign organization, in a statement signed by spokesperson Olabode Richard Olatunde, condemned the attack on the governor's convoy as barbaric. Olatunde explained that Governor Akeredolu and the campaign train of the APC were on their way to Ikare Akoko in continuation of the local government rally when the thugs attacked the convoy. However, the PDP, in a statement by its Budget Secretary Honorable Kennedy Perete, said no fewer than 10 vehicles were destroyed by hoodlums in the APC convoy, while 5 people were injured during the attack. Ondo 2020 APC PDP trade wars over attack on campaign convoy.
Very unfortunate. Very, 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 very unfortunate. I saw a picture speak. I think it's somewhere here too. The cars destroyed and all that. I mean, we can do better than this.
And repeatedly we've had this trepidation, this tension anytime there are elections, and particularly in the state, the trepidation of a reenactment of the Omoburiwo era, the Ajasa era, and well, to God be the glory, that hasn't recorded yet, at least to some extent. But with what we are seeing now, I think that state needs serious prayers.
You know, that's the one major disadvantage of having staggered elections. You give the major parties opportunity to focus all their attention and energy on a single state. And I mean, when there's so much attention on one single state, so much money is plowed in, so many interests begin to play out
about individuals now.
Well, we pray for Edo and Ondo State. I mean, Edo first now, but it's becoming something else also in Ondo State too. And you know, my challenge is the electorates, the people they use in all of this. Some people will die on behalf of somebody now. In the next 4 years, are you sure the other person will not be in another party? Look at Edo State, for example. Some people would have died or got, injured on behalf of Obaseki, 4 years ago in another party. Claiming and shouting, it's just so party then. Now, that same person has moved to another party. Some would have risked their neck, risked their life for Ize Yamu 4 years ago in the PDP. Now he's in APC. Really? Who loses? Wow. Time check 7:09 a.m. Destination time 7:30 a.m. We'll open the phone line for you to join the conversation. It's time for you to let us know what you feel about all of this. 08055009850. Please, 60 seconds. You do not even have to use up to 60 seconds. Make it brief. Your name, location, and your comment straight up, so that we can allow more people. A lot of people have been sending me text messages. I don't know how some people, especially on Facebook, that you don't allow us call. Somebody actually snapped the phone log. Say, I tried your line 33 times. The person will be hearing now. Say, I tried the phone line 33 times this morning. I say, I'm sorry, it's not our fault. So please, and please, 60 seconds max. 60 seconds max. 08055009850. CBN demands details of 12 top Nigerian businessmen. Others domiciliary account. They won't ask for that your account. Yeah, it is well.
The armed terrorist in Kishi or your national park, that allegation.
Maybe somebody from Kishi will call this morning. 08055009850. Is somebody here?
All right. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Sounds like Mr. Falodu.
Nice to have you, sir.
Work on it. Then now I second best that maybe you can use this government security architecture. Go and meet Buhari, give you soldiers, give you army. Please, give you army, give you civil defense. So monitor the area because these people, by the time you don't know where to go from, they recover things. They are coming to you, they are coming to Ibadan. So it's for them to attract, at least try as far as possible to build the life. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Falodu. The phone line is still open, 055098550. And if you know pretty well, you know that some people from the particular ethnic groups are more or less sacred cows. If you arrest them, you will have to release them. In fact, they might never get arrested. I mean, talking about people who live in that particular environment. Yes, someone else is here.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Nice
to have you, sir. Let's have your comment briefly.
Yeah, well then, God will continue to bless you.
Amen.
I want to advise the people of the not to allow this coming Saturday election to be a day of our affairs. And at the same time, I want to advise them not to faith in the name of 2,000 or in the name of one single of rice. If they do that, they take their destiny into their own hands.
Right.
So, then, secondly, I want to commend the courage of NNC and CVC for giving federal government ultimatum to refine petrol, PMS, price, and electricity tariff.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Prince Adiremi from Ogumosho. All right. The phone line is open 08055009850. Seems someone else is here.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Seems you are close to your radio set.
Okay, sir. Can you hear me now, sir?
Okay, it's better now.
Yes, sir. Good morning once again, sir.
Good morning.
I don't know whether our people want to hear what with this election of the team. You said something the other time. When Obafeki was in APC, some of the local them talks, they fought because of him. Now he's in PDP again. When the voters will hear what because of 1 naira, 1,000 naira or thereabout they will give them. People should learn lessons. Don't go and kill yourself because of one person that after the election they are still going to be together. I don't know. So thank God bless Nigeria.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Aruna from Ogumosho. Right there. Straight to Twitter. On Twitter, @NickBolalanri at 3G1338. Good morning, Mr. Dianti. Concerning what is going on in Edo, let people collect whatever they give them and vote their conscience. May God heal our land from poverty. Prince Adigbolalari from Ogumosho.
But they'll monitor you now.
His opinion. Someone else is here.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr.
Good morning, sir.
I'm Tola, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Your name and location?
Yeah, this is Bello from Ogumosho.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yes, the issue at hand as regards distribution of Ankara and whatever, it's like when a babe, when a girl, you have to go a relationship, and you are buying a pet, you are buying shoes and bag. Every day, you should play your way. We are not fools. People should see as regards to do and do election. Stop telling people not to take or go out. See, enjoy it's too terrible. So addressing them, they have their own life. But now the issue is not I mean about democracy. The issue is not kind of roads, take of road, getting jobs, but let's do the right thing at the right time. and the way it's supposed to be done. Tola, God bless you. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Mr. Bello from Show. We're due for a commercial break. We'll go on the break now. When we're back, we'll take more stories.
So I don't write jollof rice, fried rice, pounded yam, egusi,
rice and stew, jollof rice. Thank you. All this plenty kind food one na dey call so. Now wetin we go chop for the naming baby?
Yes, auntie.
See, enjoy.
No be small.
You see, mama baby, the same way when we get different kind of food, now so we get different kind of child-birth spacing method. So child-birth spacing go make your belly sweet well, and your body too, e go tanda gidigba. Anyone wey you choose good for body, and you go fit trust am.
Auntie Nurse, my jasper don dey talk about am, but me I dey fear.
See, no culture or religion wey no dey support anything wey go make life better. Make you and your jasper come when una ready. I go dey wait for una.
Okay.
No forget say anyone wey you choose for childbirth spacing matter dey safe and you fit trust am. Oya waka go any health center wey get the green dot logo to get full informate on childbirth spacing services. This message na the Federal Ministry of Health and support from American people carry am come.
So glad to know you're there. Still conversation with Dayo and Tola. We're taking phone calls, your opinion. We'll go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello?
You're on. Good morning.
Hello?
Oh, I think it's from your
Hello,
end.
good morning.
Good morning. We can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I'm calling from Rita Nero Gumosho.
All right, go ahead with your comment briefly.
I want to advise the Edo people. They should know what they are doing. 3 days before election, they just do an empowerment to women. So I want to advise them, they should not vote for people. They vote for people, not for party.
Okay. All right.
I'm repeating it now today.
Okay. Thank you so much, Yamas.
What do you do with them?
All right. You know, I was going to ask her a question that if she was in Edo, we should go for the at least it's free rapper. All right. Otumba Fadi Adeolu Cornelius on Facebook saying, good morning, dear auntie. It's very disheartening, pathetic and absurd what happened in Ondo State yesterday. It shows our level of maturity as regards democracy. On security alert raised by Chief Gani Adams, I urge the federal government in Oyo State and Oyo State government to do something with immediate alacrity. Fadi Adeolu from Okaka. Thank you so much. Oh, Orugbade Williams. Your man. It's been a while. It's good morning. I think the issue of BVN is a personal matter and it is unethical for any organization to expose such to the public. The action of NBA should be drawn to this for immediate legal process. I mean, we're on the same page. I see the same way too. You don't expose people like that. If you have criminal issues against, sue them to court now. Not that you just expose their business and their life, you know, to everybody just like that. Someone else is here.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Dayo and Tola.
Morning, sir.
Dayo from Okevo.
Nice to have you, sir.
Thank you very much. On the issue of security, the alarm is sounding loud and clear. The federal government should come to our aid, especially in Okeogun. Government should, please come to our rescue in Okeogun. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
God bless you, Dayo from Okevo.
Really appreciate you for making it brief. Adeoti Kunle S. I said, good day, Dayo Tola. There was a time written in the Bible when there was no king in Israel, that the people were just doing what they like. Nigeria's situation at present is like that. We have king. Mr. Adeoti, we have king. Please, we have king. May God deliver us. Adeoti Kunle S. from Hussein. We'll take another call.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Alaji Ayolabugo is on the line from Lanlate.
Nice to have you, Alaji.
Empowerment in Edo State, 3 days to the election, is nothing but advanced vote buying. We've been hearing of Dibo Osibe, but now it is Dibo and Receive Ankara. All this hanky-panky will not lead the country to any better democracy. So it's time we watch out. And on the reception of Tola and Station in Oyo State, announced yesterday, that is September 28th, it is a right step rightly taken by the Ministry of Education and in extension by the able governor. So education should be given topmost priority, and we acknowledge this and we applaud this gesture. Our institution should go back to the institution and that of the secondary school. So we appreciate the effort of the governor. Thank you, Alaji Ayelabugu from Alate.
Thank you so much, Alaji. Adela Sunday on Facebook, say good morning, Antola. An Edo election and federal government sharing money on the eve of election, that is purely vote buying strategy ahead of election. Edo people are more wiser than that. On terrorists at Kishi, federal and state government security agencies should take necessary actions. May God save us, Comrade Adiola Sunday. Christian Bella Adio is also here, saying good morning, Antola. Kudos to you, sir. Ondo polls, the politicians should take it easy before, during, and after the election. Also, we are waiting for the massive protest from human rights and labor unions on 23rd and 28th of this month. May God save us Nigerians from our leaders. We'll go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Must be Reverend.
Reverend Babatode is talking from Lanlate.
Nice to have you, Reverend.
Concerning Edo Pool, I want the people of Edo to shine their face. They should not rob them with anything. When the election is drawing near, they are trying to fake the people. The people should know who to vote for, so that at the end of everything, they will all smile. Then concerning the security in Okiogun, I want to beg the governor to expedite action and make sure that Okiogun people are safe. This is paramount to all Oyo State people. Thank you very much, Reverend Babatode from Lanlate.
Thank you so much, Reverend. Fatoki Kane Samson, Facebook, saying 42 million now have NIN do on paper. Out of how many millions? I doubt if the government of the day even know how many people are there in the country now. But as a census, it's not their fault. Is it their fault? I don't know. When would another population census be? I don't know. I wonder on what figures is national economic planning based. Well, I don't know too. Sunday Alabi saying good morning, Mr. DNT. Concerning the BVN, I think it's unsafe to expose it. It's a personal belonging which should be kept secret. Mr. Sunday Alabi from Agbabi Akai in Ilorin. Thank you. Mobolaji Elijah Odun say good morning, DNT. The only solution to the Nigerian problem is restructuring. Or the go to come and colonize us. The new Nigeria name will be New Republic of Nigeria. It's about the name. Well, maybe because I don't understand where we are going. We'll get to our Canaan land very, very soon. We'll go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, this is Isaac Agbola from Kewedo Gomoso.
Nice to have you, Mr. Isaac.
I want to speak on the empowerment given to people of Edo State.
Okay.
Recall last week, I said the people that pay back that money don't know what they are doing if they pay that money. So see what is happening now. Whoever that collected that Ankara and fought for this party, it was too late to prove. And secondly, sir, on this NLC, that they want to back on the side, it is a greater issue because they have already tried. They have already compromised.
Wow.
So it will not see the light of the day. Good morning.
Okay, noted. Mr. Isaac Agbola, you are noted in case they come for you. You are the one that said those are paid back are not serious. Please, they should be serious. They should collect government money, pay back. Pay back. That you Tola is saying pay back. That is our stand on this program. Pay back. That is Mr. Isaac's opinion. Pay. Hold on, the way government money. Matthew Olale is saying good morning, dear, on security issue in Okiogun area, particularly in Kishi. As rightly said by Ghanaian Adams, government should do something urgent on it before it gets out of hand. Thank you so much. We'll take another call.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, I think I'm talking to DRT.
Yes, sir. This is Oluyole, 98.5 FM.
It is not that DRT.
It's D&T. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Good morning, sir. I'm Tola from Okeo.
Nice to have you, sir.
Yeah, I just want to talk about what we are discussing about, that is the Edo fashion election.
Okay.
The problem we have in Nigeria is that if not 80% of us are just pseudo Christians and pseudo Muslims. You cannot just trust anybody. Even the person talking, when you get to a point of power, then you do a different thing from what we are talking about. It's only we are just a poor students of history. If you go by history, you see many people clamoring for faithfulness, and when they get to the power, they will do a different thing entirely. So I just pity this country. What I just need is that for God to quickly intervene in our situation. God help you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Femi Popola. Bayo Badmos on Twitter at Obeska is saying, awaken call for the southern western part of the country. We should not overlook the statement by Gani Adams. Let's protect ourselves and family. Bayo Badmos from Ogumosho. Thank you so much. Someone else is also talking about, Isaac Olagoke Akonde on Facebook saying, good morning, Shada and Tola. The issue of banditry coming to the southwest, it is high time the governors here took urgent action on this issue. In fact, those scavengers are from Niger Republic. We don't know, except you have gone there to perform, do any research whatsoever. Let's take some more calls before we go.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Okay, from Ibadan.
Okay, sir.
Regarding the security issue in Okeogun and specifically in Kishi, we have advised the state governor to take specific decision, and they should give specific directives to your state security outfit, I mean the police, and possibly the army. Let it be on record that he has given specific directives. Let's see whether it will be obeyed or not, so that he will be able to tell the whole Nigeria that yes, so when we hear this thing, we take this, we are taking these steps. It is the security agencies that failed to take action. So we will not put the blame on the state governor. I believe that if they call him the chief security officer of the state, he should be seen to be acting so. If they do not respect or obey him, let the people know. I think we have to start from somewhere. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Elias Aguru on Facebook is saying good morning this morning. So that on Edo election, my advice for Edo people is that they should cast their vote for the rightful person, not for the party. They should take Oyo State for example. Okay, what are you trying to say? We are campaigning. Campaign has ended regarding the election. The security challenge in Okeogun. I'm appealing to our able governor to come to our aid. Imam Elias Aguru from O2. Thank you so much. Can we take one more call before we go? Very last caller this morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Beyonce.
Morning, sir.
This is KD from Oluyole.
Okay.
Yeah, àwọn Yorùbá bọ̀ wọ́n ní ọba kan ló jẹ tó fi iyùn lọ́lẹ̀. Ìkan ló jẹ tó pa iyùn. So somebody was once our president in this country. He bought all our debts back. And another one is now our president, plunging us back to debt, indebting our country without positive impact on the masses. That is that about that.
All right, we are out of time.
Hello?
We are out of time. We are out of time. We cannot. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your call all the way from Mondakeke. Thank you so much. Abdulaziz Bayowa on Twitter. Thank you. We can't take that comment. We are out of time. Till tomorrow when we come your way again, I remain Oladayo Ogunbowale.
I am Tola Teriba.
Have a beautiful day.
Kí lélẹ́yìn náà. Ọmọ má bà tẹlifíṣàn yẹn jẹ́. Kí ló dé gan-an?
Ó ṣèlérí ìdíje bọ́ọ̀lù aláfẹsẹ̀gbá tó dùn. Kàkà bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn líìgì kéékèèké tí ó dùn rárá náà ń ṣàfihàn rẹ̀.
Ṣé Premier League, La Liga, Serie A ló fẹ́ wò?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kẹ́.
Kí wá ló dé tó ń dara rẹ̀ láàmú? Nígbà tí GoTV ní gbogbo àwọn líìgì tó dùn pínpín yìí.
Ṣé lóòótọ́?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kẹ́. Bọ́ọ̀lù aláfẹsẹ̀gbá tó dùn tó débẹ̀ ló wà lórí GoTV.
Kúrò lọ́nà kẹ́mi náà lọ ra GoTV tèmi.
Ní sáà ìdíje bọ́ọ̀lù aláfẹsẹ̀gbá yìí, tara ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ lọ ra decoder GoTV fún ẹgbẹ̀rún mẹ́sàn-án-lé-lọ́gọ́rùn-ún náírà tó tún wá pẹ̀lú àkókò ìwòran ìpele GoTV Max tí ẹ tún máa gbádùn bọ́ọ̀lù aláfẹsẹ̀gbá tó débẹ̀ lórí ìkànnì Super Sport wa GoTV gbé ìgbé ayé ẹ̀ nífẹ̀ẹ́.
Mikolo, my engine sounds like brand new. Is it not the same Mobile Super 1000 you used to service it?
Now the same Mobile Super 1000, but levels don't change.
Yes! Mobile Super 1000 XHP is now improved to meet standard of quality APISN. So, whether you buy Mobile Super 1000 XHP, Mobile Super 2000 semi-synthetic, or even the new fully synthetic Mobile Super 3000, you are guaranteed the APISN perfection in every drop.
Make it mobile. Oluyole FM 98.5.
Good morning, Ibadan. Good morning, Oyo State. Good morning, Nigeria. Time check at 7:31 a.m. And of course, you know that it's time to talk sports once again on Oluyole 98.5 FM, the trailblazer, the pride of the nation. Of course, we know the best in the West. Once again, yes, to bring up to speed with all the news that you can use in the world of sports. Bring you the latest, the hottest, and of course, the juiciest news that you can only get on this radio. Don't forget, exclusive interviews. Yes, you get to hear them. 20 minutes of a total sporting package from football to tennis to boxing. Yes, I've got you covered at this lovely morning. Tell your friends, tell your enemies that the show is back at this lovely morning. Yes, massive shout out to listeners on Agility FM 92.1 and Okyogo FM 96.3. You can also listen live via the internet. Just visit www.bcos.tv/listen to listen to us anywhere you are on planet Earth. You can also watch the live stream on Facebook and on Twitter. Just make sure you follow us on Twitter. Search at Oluyole FM, follow us, and of course enjoy all our programs. And of course on Facebook, we're streaming live Oluyole 98.5 FM. This lovely morning we'll be starting from Ogbomoso, as preparations are in top gear for the return of football actions in the country. And the way it is, it looks as if the Nigerian National League teams are the busiest in the transfer market. They, of course, are going through a lot of upgrade of their sporting facilities. And moving straight to Ogbomoso this morning, where the acting general manager of the NNL side, Crown FC of Ogbomoso, Mr. Oluyole, has said that the team is very much prepared. The team is battle ready for the new season. In this interview, yes, he highlighted some of the key things that Crown FC have done differently from other teams in the Nigerian National League. However, there is no official date for the return of football in the country. But teams like Crown FC Shooting Stars are already gearing up for the new NNL season. Well, it says, and I quote, "We are making plans. We are battle ready for the season. We are just expecting them to release us so that we can recall our boys. Then we start our training. Then a few inclusions will be made to the team." End of quote. The ambition of Crown FC remains the same this new season, and that's to make sure that the team returns to the top flight of Nigerian football. That's the Nigerian Professional Football League. Well, away from the second tier of Nigerian football, let's head straight to the top tier. That's the Nigerian Professional Football League, where there was a major transfer yesterday in the league, as former Shooting Star striker Sunday Adetunji has joined Plateau United ahead of the new MPFL season. Well, this was confirmed yesterday by the club, and of course the player himself, yes, did upload the picture of him signing a contract in the club's jersey on Twitter. The length of the deal is not clear, but the confirmation puts an end on speculation over the future of the striker after his short-lived spell at Czech Republic club FK Pribrambi. Well, media reports have suggested that Adetunji had rejoined the Shooting Stars. And of course, all of that has turned out to be untrue. Instead, it will turn out for Plateau United and Abdulmakaba side who will play in the CAF Champions League come next season after they finish top in the truncated 2019-2020 season. Although Adetunji is 22, relatively young, Adetunji brings in a wealth of experience to the Plateau United side, having terrorized the MPFL defenses during his time at Academy Warriors, at Shooting Stars, and at Abia Warriors. He also boasts considerable continental experience, having played in the Champions League with Lobby Stars last year. before he moved on to Czech Republic, and also the CAF Confederations Cup with Eyimba a year earlier. He has represented Nigeria at under 23 level, and while he's yet to play for the senior Super Eagles side, he was part of the Super Eagles squad that played Liberia in Monrovia back in 2018 in an unofficial friendly game organized in honor of Liberia president and former World Player of the Year, George Oweah. Well, still talking about the top tier league in Nigeria. A lot has been said since the league management company LMC signed a commercial deal with a marketing company, and now the chairman of LMC, Shehu Diko, has assured that the new commercial deal signed with Red Strike Sport will come alive in the upcoming season. The commercial agreement with the Nigerian arm of the UK-based company, which was sealed by LMC on behalf of the NPFL 2 weeks ago, will, amongst other things, create a customized platform called MPFL.TV for streaming live matches, live league matches of Nigerian Professional Football League games, and also content will be distributed to broadcast channels across the world, unlike the previous deal signed yesterday with Next TV. The contract yesterday saying that Diko has promised that this new deal is expected to be launched very, very soon. In fact, it says next month before the commencement of the new MPFL season. Let's listen to Shehu Diko talking about the new deal with the marketing company. We'll be back. It's still Spotted Beat on Oluyole 98.5 FM.
That's the objective to start this season. That's the plan. All the plan is ongoing to make sure that happened. I don't think the kind of financing they are committing upfront in guarantees and upfront payments, for example, they will just do it like that and go and sit up and be waiting for next season. So there's something will happen this season, definitely. Once the contract goes through the way it is planned, something has to happen this season, and we have to activate as soon as possible to make sure everything is in place. Yeah, of course, we are thinking to launch everything like after the second week of October. We expect to have the launch of the project, and then thereafter the league can kick off. So that's the plan, and then I think everything will fall in place by then. Everybody is working.
You listen to Madam Shehu Diko, chairman at League Management Company. He also went further to talk about plans being put in place to ensure that the league starts next season. Shehu Diko is still on the show this morning.
Everybody is working. If you can look at it, the MPFL.TV is being developed. It's work in progress already, and all the technical things that need to be done are being worked on. So we hope the COVID situation and any other external situation that we did not anticipate might not be an impediment, but at least the objectives and the plan and the contract that is signed is starting this coming season 2020-2021. And also in the contract we signed, we mentioned in the opening remarks about the club licensing and stuff like that. The contract has a requirement to enforce the club licensing as well, because they want to make sure they do it very well. They want to make sure our venues are good. They want to make sure everything is behaving in a professional way, because that's the only way we can have the content that is valuable, that can be easily monetized and make money back for the stakeholders, especially the clubs, and which will not translate back to the players and officials and everybody involved with the game.
You remember that the LMC Red Strike partnership is expected to run for 5 years with an option for both parties to extend that particular agreement. Well, away from football, let's check out table tennis, where Nigerian table tennis legend Segun Toriola has hit out at state sports councils, accusing them of killing the sport in Nigeria and failing in their task of providing support and structure for talented athletes to have successful careers in the country. Toriola, remember, announced his retirement from national team duty back in February after falling short in his bid for a record extending 8 Olympic appearances at the African Olympic qualifying tournament in Tunisia. Now 45 years. He made his first appearance at the Olympics in 1992 and had never missed any edition before failing to qualify for next year's Tokyo Games. And of course, he believes that professional growth and development of young athletes, especially in table tennis in Nigeria, is being is being stifled by inept sports council at a state level. Segun Tola is on the show this lovely morning.
Very few of them that they really improve. But I believe if they have support, there's going to be Nigerian champion of tomorrow. But right now, the problem they have, the most younger in Nigerian is coach. So most of them don't really have coach. Most of them they practice on their own, and that's the big problem we have. During my time when I was young junior, we have coach, we have support. But right now they don't have coach. Right now they don't have support. Especially the State Sports Council is the worst. They are killing sports in Nigeria. That is the truth. Most of people always say the sport ministry, not the sport ministry, because the sport ministry is their job is when there is game to select CG.
Well, there you listen to Segun Toriola saying that Sports Council are killing the sport in Nigeria. Well, in an extraordinary career that saw him occupy the #1 ranking in Africa for 10 consecutive years between 1998 and 2008. Toriola won a total of 12 gold medals at the All African Games and also clinched bronze at the Commonwealth Singles Championship in 2006. Well, checking out other sports story. Moving straight to athletics, where former president of Athletic Federation of the International Amateur Athletic Federation (IAAF), Lamine Diak, has been convicted in France of corruption in a Russian doping scandal and sentenced to spend at least 2 years in jail. The 87-year-old Diak was found guilty of taking bribes from athletes in return for orchestrating the cover-up of test results that enabled them to continue competing, including in the 2012 London Olympic Games. Moving straight to long tennis this morning, where Novak Djokovic returned to action after his US Open disqualification with a convincing second-round win over Salvatore Caruso at the Italian Open. Djokovic defeated Caruso 6-3-6 in Rome to begin his French Open preparations on a positive note. Straight to basketball this morning, where the NBA yesterday confirmed that the 2020 draft has been pushed back until November 18. Multiple reports have emerged over the past few weeks that the draft date would be moved from mid-October as the NBA attempts to return to normal following a very, very hiatus of more than 4 months caused by COVID-19. The NBA have yet to announce whether the draft will be held virtually or in person. Well, back to the world of football this morning, where Arsenal exciting young winger Bukayo Saka, Bayern Munich left back Alphonso Davies, and Barcelona's Ansu Fati made the 40-man shortlist for the 2020 Golden Boy Award. The trio are among the 40 names confirmed yesterday from the list of 100, which was originally drawn up in June. Saka had a memorable season for Arsenal last season after providing 12 assists and scoring 4 goals. His impressive performance saw him voted Arsenal's top best player of the season. For Davies, he was outstanding for Bayern Munich, who secured the treble, making them the second European club after Barcelona to achieve that particular feat. Other players who made the 40-man shortlist are Phil Foden of Manchester City, Mason Greenwood of Manchester United, Borussia Dortmund duo of Jadon Sancho and Erling Haaland. The Golden Boy Award honors the best young player under 21 in Europe for the calendar year. It was established by Italian newspaper Tuttosport in 2003, and its winner is determined by vote from 40 journalists across the continent. Portugal and Atletico Madrid forward Joao Felix claimed the award last year. Past winners include Lionel Messi, Wayne Rooney, Antonio Martial, Mario Balotelli, and Kylian Mbappe. Away from that, let me inform you quickly that Lionel Messi scored twice for Barcelona in a 3-1 preseason friendly win over Girona yesterday. Messi, who is now 33, returned to training last week after failing to force a transfer away from FC Barcelona. He struck 2 long-range goals, the second taking a deflection on its way in. He was also involved in the opener, playing in Francisco Tiarenco to cross for Felipe Coutinho to score after going off after an hour. Barcelona are due to start their league campaign on the 26th or 27th of September against Villarreal. Heading straight to France this morning. where Paris Saint-Germain forward Neymar Jr. has been banned for 2 matches after being sent off against Olympique Marseille. But French football authorities will investigate his accusation of racial abuse. The Brazil international was the last of 5 red cards in Sunday's bad-tempered Ligue 1 match after he hit Marseille defender Alvaro Gonzalez. Neymar later accused his opponent Gonzalez of racism on social media and urged the authorities to use VAR to investigate. Gonzalez has since denied Neymar's claim. The other 4 players sent off have also received bans, with PSG defender Lavin Kozawa suspended for 6 matches. His teammate Nadro Paradis has been banned for 2 games, while for Olympique Marseille, Jordan Amavi has received a 3-match suspension and Dario Bandetto must sit out 1 match. The League 1, the Ligue de Professional Football, the government body of football in operational football in France, has confirmed it will investigate Neymar's accusation. And Angel Di Maria, Neymar's teammate at PSG, will also be summoned by authorities in France. On the 23rd of September, following claims that his part at Marseille's Gonzalez. That's the update from there. But despite all of that, Paris Saint-Germain were on duty yesterday as Julian Draxler's injury time winner ended PSG's losing start to League 1 season after Maids. Despite the absence of the suspended Neymar Jr. Well, they actually won the game 1-0 against Mainz. Reigning champions PSG had lost their opening 2 league matches for the first time to leaving Real Madrid since his world record transfer in 2013. And the only thing delaying his move back to Tottenham is because he's waiting for the green light to fly to London in his private deal. They transfer back to Tottenham Hotspur. Gareth Bale's advisor are currently talking to Tottenham about a potential loan move from Real Madrid, and negotiations have now reached the stage that lawyers are drawing up a contract. That's it for them. It is understood that Gareth Bale would like to return to Tottenham, where he spent 6 seasons between 2007 and 2013. If a deal can be agreed with Real Madrid, and that will, and while slow progress is being made, all parties are confident that a transfer can be done. That's the news. Sports manager Jose Mourinho did not want to be drawn on the club's pursuit of Gareth Bale when fielding questions ahead of tonight's Europa League qualifier against Bulgarian side Lokomotiv Plovdiv. But it remains to be seen whether the potential deal will be a loan or a permanent move. One thing we're sure of is that Gareth Bale is on his way out of Real Madrid, and Tottenham appears to be his destination. Well, that will be all on Spotted Beat this lovely Thursday morning. A big thanks to everyone who's in part of today's production, and bigger thanks to you and you for listening. My name is Boluwaji Ogumade. Show returns tomorrow morning. Till then, do have a lovely day and stay safe. You're still on to Oluyole 98.5 FM. The time is 10 minutes to 8. You're welcome to our commercial belt.
ìkéde pàtàkì rèé o látọ̀dọ̀ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ látàrí àbájáde ìwádìí látọ̀dọ̀ àjọ tó ń wo bójú ọjọ́ ṣe rí wípé àròrọ̀dá òjò yóò wáyé lọ́dún yìí èyí tó lè fa ẹ̀kún omi láti wá dènà àjálù omíyalé ló mú kíjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ máa fẹ́ àwọn ojú odò àtòjú àgbàrá wa gbogbo lójú sí i ìjọba wa rọ̀ wáyé pé tójò bá ti ń rọ̀ tó sì ń wá àgbàrá ká máa rántí pé mo gbójú mo gbóyà kò dọ́dọ̀ odò tó kó àkúfàyà o kéèyàn ó má bàa fi ẹ̀mí ara rẹ̀ ṣòfò ká sì yé dàdọ̀tí sójú sàn omi tàbí ṣe ohun tó lè dí sísàn gaara omi lọ́wọ́ béèyàn bá ń ralẹ̀ kọ́lé sétí odò tàbójú àgbàrá bí ìgbà tó ló bá ń fowó ra wàhálà ni o ẹni bá sì ti kọ́lé sétí odò àti gbogbo ibi tó mi bá ti lè yálé kó fi bẹ̀ sílẹ̀ fúngbà díẹ̀ náà o kí aago yìí kó fi rí kọjá lórí wa bójò bá sún dẹ̀dẹ̀ káfìdí mọ́bi tá a bá wà fúngbà díẹ̀ náà ẹja tẹ̀lámọ̀ràn yìí o àtòfò àtàdánù kò ní ṣẹlẹ̀ sẹ́nì kọ̀ọ̀kan wa ká gbà kìlọ̀ làmí ẹ̀.
ìkéde yìí wá látọ̀dọ̀ àjọ tó ń ṣàkóso dídènà ẹ̀kún omi nílùú ìbàdàn IUFMP kájàlú ẹ̀kún omi lè dìtàn nílẹ̀ ìbàdàn.
ẹni bá máa gbé kó bá wa dárò àrò ẹni bá máa lùkò kó bá wa dárò sun ẹni bá máa lékelèké kó bá wa dárò ẹ̀sùn alhaji kabiru ti dára alẹ̀. ọjọ́ kẹwàá oṣù yìí ni alhaji kabiru adébáyọ̀ ìnàlájí alimi jẹ́ pé Allah lẹ́ni àádọ́rin ọdún ìwọ ọmọlúwàbí tó ní àtọ̀nàbà Allah tó gbà fún títí tó fi papòdà oníkú rẹ fi dùn wá púpọ̀ àdúrà ọjọ́ kẹjọ láti fún bàbá wa alhaji kabiru lọ́jọ́ kẹtàdínlógún oṣù yìí tó bọ́ sí ọjọ́ àlàmísì ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí aago mẹ́wàá àárọ̀ ní fìdáù yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ olóògbé ládùúgbò kájọlà tó wà ní ẹ̀yìn àgọ́ ọlọ́pàá jọ̀ǹkú àmúdójèrè ìbàdàn ìlànà alukuran àti hadith látẹ̀lé o táàfin àdúrà kan fún bàbá wa àmàlẹ́ o ìwọ ni ọmọ ẹkùn ọmọ alára ọmọ awusọwusọ ọmọ ọjọ́rùn lábí sọ̀rọ̀ alhaji kabiru o ìwọ tó ní ọmọ ajẹsùkùsùkù ẹja mábì nílé bàbá tó bí ọlọ́mọ kí ọlọ́ọ̀bá aláàfin ọ̀sẹ̀ àjọ́nà fìdáù olùkéde abdulmumi ìṣọ̀lá lórúkọ ẹbí.
الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا
Ìbàdàn Local Government Properties Company Limited Ring Road Ìbàdàn lónìí kẹ́ ẹ wá bá wa dòwò pọ̀. Gbogbo olùgbé nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ gbogbo ẹni tó bá ti sanwó ilẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ní Sùkúrú Village Ìyànà Ọ̀fà phase 1, 2 and 3 Basọ̀rọ̀ Ogúnmọ́lá scheme àti Oluyole Estate and its extension Òkè Ìbàdàn Estate tó ń bẹ lákòbọ̀ Lágẹ̀lú scheme for industrial and residential Olúndé scheme náà wà níbẹ̀ ibi tó bá súnmọ́ ni. Omi tuntun ti rú o nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lásìkò ìjọba tuntun. Ilẹ̀ rẹ̀ ò ṣègbè mọ́ bẹ̀rù gbogbo èèyàn tó ń fẹ́lẹ̀ níbi tó fọkànbalẹ̀ lórí ilẹ̀ ìjọba. Ìbàdàn Local Government Properties Company Limited Ring Road Ìbàdàn ni wọ́n máa bọ̀. Plọ́ọ̀tì ilẹ̀ ti wà lẹ́gẹ̀lẹ́gẹ̀ fún iléeṣẹ́ láti kọ́ sí àti láti rà fún bùdó ọjà. Àyàgọ́ ọlọ́pàá ilé epo lórí iná mànàmáná. Lọ́ọ́ra lẹ̀ kọ́lé. Gbogbo ẹni tó palẹ́tì níbi tọ́ra lẹ̀ sí. Lọ́ọ́ máa kọ́ káwọn amòkùnsìn kan máa sọ bẹ̀ díbi à ń lúgọ́ sí. Wọ́n sanwó lẹ̀ kàn sí wọn ní town planning building opposite Suma Foods Ring Road Ìbàdàn South West Local Government Premises 0033795608. Honourable Kẹ́hìndé Àkàndé alága àgbìmọ̀ olùdarí fún gbogbo ìjọba àbílẹ̀ àtọ̀gá àgbà Ìbàdàn Local Government Properties Sọ̀víọ̀ M.O. Múráwọ̀ ló ń kéde.
Please listen to this public service announcement. This is to inform the general public that Oyo State government, under the amiable leadership of Governor Seyi Makinde, will hold town hall meetings in 7 zones of the state to engage citizens on the year 2021 budget. The meetings are to engender public participation and gather citizen inputs towards inclusive budgeting process in the state. The meetings shall commence in Zone 1, comprising the following local government areas in the state: Ibadan North, Ibadan Northeast, Ibadan Northwest, Ibadan Southeast, Ibadan Southwest. Venue is the International Conference Center, University of Ibadan. Date is Thursday, 17th September 2020, and time is 9 a.m. All invited stakeholders are to comply with COVID-19 protocols and be seated by 9 a.m. Kindly note that attendance is strictly by invitation. Thank you. Announcer, Barrister Adeni Farito, Honorable Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning. Please listen to these announcements. Interested candidates who scored 160 and above in JAMB UTME examination are invited to apply at any JAMB accredited centers for change of course and institution through JAMB portal for admission into Oyo State College of Health Science and Technology, Oluyole, Ibadan, for NBTE accredited courses which include National Diploma in Environmental Health Technology, National Diploma in Dental Therapy, National Diploma in Dental Nursing, National Diploma in Nutrition and Dietetics, National Diploma in Health Information Management. Requirements: 5 credits in English language, mathematics, biology, physics, and chemistry in GCE, SSCE, or NECO. For further details, check the college portals or contact 0802 345 1464. 0802 345 1464 or 081 200 04231 0812 000 4231. Announcer, the registrar.
Got me fresh all day like ooh, I'm still fresh for gisting all day. My confidence is never low, never on fresh. Cause I've got healthy, strong teeth and Oral-B 2-in-1. Got me fresh all day like ooh.
Use Oral-B 2-in-1 toothpaste for stronger, healthy teeth and long-lasting fresh breath.
Ìyá mi Àyìnkẹ́, adájọ́ tí kì í figbá kan bọ̀ kan.
Ṣé wo mọ̀ yìí pé apa èpò lẹ́yìn àgbà ọmọdé apa lẹ́yìn tiẹ̀ náà má yájú sẹ́gbọ́n rẹ̀ mọ́ o.
Olú alámọ̀ ní kọ̀rọ̀ yàrá kí n má